It should say, yeah. And then I'll just double check.
Hero, lie down.
Okay.
Little blurry pup in the background.
Yes, I see him standing there.
That's funny.
It's a little creepy. It works well.
Just unblur for a second there.
Double checking, but I think
I think the stream's catching up with itself or something.
Yep. So perfect. All right. Well, hey
There's a
everyone.
There he is.
So, as always, my name's Yutaka here at the Horror Hour. Today, I'm really excited. We're doing a watch along actually with the Filmmakers, which is pretty badass and a first for here. But I'm really excited to even for you all to get to who have not seen this movie get to see this movie. But first off, let me introduce our folks here. First, I'll just go how it is on my screen. I'll go with Jason. How are you? Oh, did I cut out?
Or Wilkinson?
Oh my God, there are two Jasons. Jason Ragosta. So there we go.
We used to get this a lot.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. You go first, Jason. Sorry.
No, you're first, bro.
Yeah, I'll let you go first, Jason Ragosta.
All right. So yeah.
So all right. Well, we've got then also writer director of Tabitha, Jason Wilkinson. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys? Pleasure to meet you and see you.
Yes. And then we've got Greg Green, writer and producer of The Keeper.
Hey, everybody. Greg Green here from Nashville, Tennessee, and we're recording this on the happiest Halloween in 2023. So it's so great to see you again, Yutaka, and to see my Sinphony film family, who I rarely get to actually see on screen. So just thrilled to be here. Thank you for hosting this horror.
No,
hour.
I am so excited. And it's also nice to hear somebody else in the Midwest since I'm here in St. Louis. So I love to hear that.
Awesome.
And then next we have Nicole Carlson, writer-director of Maternally Damned.
Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Awesome to be here. This is a really fun way to kick off Halloween. It's
right?
Spooky season, my favorite holiday. And
it's a great way to start the day, yeah.
Yes, I'm like smiling ear to ear. So thank you so much for this. This is awesome.
And then next we have Mark A. Pritchard and Hero the Wonder Pup, writer-director of Limited Edition.
Yeah, I mentioned her because I almost came in here fully soaking because she just jumped in a river. And that's what's like. My life at the moment is all about a 20-week-old Great Dane pup who is like a 55-pound grasshopper bouncing.
Oh my God.
I've forgotten what pups are like, and so broken sleep. It's much like filmmaking. Lots of broken sleep. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I have a hidden hope. So.
And then we also have then Sebastian, writer and director of Symphony of Horror. How are you? I know you're a little bit under the weather.
Hi, hey guys. I miss you all. Yeah, I've been. I was in LA last week. I came back on Friday, and the minute I landed, I got hit by this freaking cold weather, and I've been pretty sick with the flu and throwing up all weekend and into today. So it's been terrible. But thank you all for showing up. And I gotta say, Yutaka, you've been so supportive since the beginning, man. You're amazing. And we appreciate you very much. So thank you.
Oh no, it's honestly, it's an honor to have you all here and get to see your faces again. It was, and I've told this story, I think, to many people though, because it's very nerve wracking when you're going to interview somebody in person, let alone I think you guys were my third ever in-person interview, and here I am sitting down at a table, and you were like all around me, and I was like. Internally I was screaming because I was nervous, but you all made it feel like just so welcoming. And then just to see, which I love, is when you can tell that the filmmakers, you all had so much love and passion into what you put together that it just makes me enjoy the film even more.
You know, that was a microcosm of the whole horror community, which in my interactions with them on socials and making a movie with them, it's just unlike any other. The horror community is such a again, just in my experience, is such a warm, embracing community. People, it's like you don't have to explain to anyone why you really like a good kill in a movie or something that's gruesome and grotesque or whatever. They get it. They already get it. And yeah, that the time we shared in that little cafe in Brooklyn, that was just such a blast. It really, yeah, there it is. There's the photo right there. Thank you, Mark. But yeah, no, yeah, go ahead.
It's really funny too, because I mean, I can understand why Yutaka would be nervous, because it was this really long table with all of us at it, and he's seated there with his beard, and it had a very Last Supper kind of vibe, you know, like
Yes,
it's crazy.
His
Not
beard
the
was
Last
fine. He was very
Supper.
nervous,
Yeah.
but his beard was holding it down. It was great.
Yeah, no, well, I think that was about the only thing that was put together that day, I swear.
No, the shirt game is terrific.
Oh, that's right. I had the hi,
that
I'm
Wendy
Shelley
from
Duvall shirt from
That's
The
That's an amazing
Shining.
shirt. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
I'll never
damn it, I
forget.
should have worn that today. But yeah, it was great to get to speak with you all about the movie, and I'm excited to watch this with you all. So I would just say, feel free, add whatever commentary you want to about your segment, your thoughts on others, you know, and just have a good time with it. And yeah, I'm so excited because I myself will have questions as we go along, because it's not every day you get a chance to have the filmmakers as you're getting to watch their stuff. So with that, I will count down. I'll go 3, 2, 1, play, and we'll just hit it on play. So
Quick question, Yutaka. I'm
yes.
still not seeing the comments. So is that another window we open up, or how does that work?
No, it should be on the side. I will say right now, everybody is telling George happy birthday. He's one of the other co-hosts. He's lucky because his birthday's on Halloween.
Wow.
He gets to be special like that. But no, all the comments should be. Do you not see on the side?
I see it.
Oh, weird. Okay, maybe it's just...
Yeah, you gotta go on the comments, Jason. There's private chat.
Yeah.
And there's
Oh, comments. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So all right. Well, 3, 2, 1, play. I forgot you guys started out strong with that scream.
That is one bloody baby.
Mm-hmm.
Who ended up actually writing the lyrics to the song, Sebastian? Was that you or Michael?
I've got a feeling it was Seb.
Yeah, I wrote the lyrics and sent it to Mike. Mike made corrections, and we got on the phone with Dave, and then he also made some corrections, and then he worked the music.
Nice. I love how the song shows up in so many different forms throughout the show. Oh, here's Jason's. Here's Mother Love.
That's actually one of my favorite things about also this anthology.
Whose kid was that, by the way?
In Mother Love?
Yeah.
That was Margaret and Tony's son. So Margaret was our makeup effects lead, on it. She's like the master, and she like actually sculpted the Ripper mask and everything. And then that was her son, and then Tony, Rurik's father, played the Ripper. So that's why when he's holding him and stuff, it all worked out really well because it's his dad. So we have behind the scenes photos of him like playing with the mask and like with his dad in between. And then a great thing happened where in the part where like they were fighting and stuff, they convinced him it was like Venom versus Spider-Man, and that's why he was like cheering. So they like created this whole game with him. It was like Christine, who stars in it, is amazing, Christine Garlaga, and then Tony, and then Corinne, our on-set teacher for Rurik or babysitter. They came up with this game with him that worked out awesome. So yeah, it worked out really well. He was so much fun. And it was funny because like some of my ADs, they were like trying to direct Rurik, and I was like, just let Rurik be Rurik. I'm his godfather. I know him. Just let him do what he does.
He's an accountant, and this is like his.
He's amazing. Yeah.
What did you do for the lightning, Jason? Because I've tried to shoot lightning before, and it's kind of difficult to make something that really looks like lightning.
So we had two like airy like light panels that are programmed to do that. They just do it. They actually have that setting. It's like a lightning setting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got to be one of the ones out helping move the branch.
Nicole was on set. Nice. She was doing everything. She wasn't just doing that. She was like 12. It was like The Flash. It was just seeing a blur. And there's like a mop with blood. There's like branches, spraying water with hoses.
Set dork. I get so excited about being just back on set. And so thank you for that. That was so rad to see in the location and just watching everybody in their element. It was badass. So.
Thank you. You did fantastic work. You were kind of the MVP on set that day. So that worked out.
I totally believe that.
There was
and Nicole, you shot your film after this, right?
I did, yeah. I actually met everyone through Jason. He was wonderful I heard him on Clubhouse and reached out and asked if I could just ask some questions because it was my first time doing special effects in a film and wanted to make sure I was like protecting my location and all those things. And he was wonderful letting me come and just like help with that part and talk to the makeup artists, pick their brain. And then I met Seb and Mike and yeah, I was like, whoa, my gosh. It was one of those magic moments where you're like in the right place, right time. I'm like, I was just like talking about my film because it's coming up and yeah, it was magical.
But it was pure hustle and she was working so hard. So yeah, she definitely, she just impressed everyone and then happened to have a script in her back pocket, you know, that's the way you do it.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
I heard another version of that story where everyone says, thank God we found Nicole.
Yeah. Yep.
That way around. You know?
So sweet. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be bright red. Sorry, guys. I feel so.
That's our goal. Right in the middle. We're
super sweet.
You know.
But I feel so lucky to like have everything fall into place, especially around horror and Bay Area people and like not that it was just Bay Area, and then it connected us to this like whole world of it. It's amazing. And we got people in England and everywhere. Remark. It's so awesome.
England and Canada, yes.
Yeah.
Jason, in terms of like the slasher elements of your short film, I mean, of course, you've got plenty of slasher films to draw from, but was there a main film that was kind of that inspired the slasheristic stylings of your film?
Oh yeah, from the beginning, I described it as the Evil Dead meets Halloween. That was always the goal, was to kind of mash up those. I wanted like a dyed-in-the-wool, like classic horror with a twist kind of thing, which I think worked out good because like each segment in Sinphony is so different and approaches horror from a different angle, and that's what I love about it. It's like such a like. Kind of like it's like the Doritos assortment pack of horror, but like each flavor in there is actually good. It's not like you get just a pile of Lay's at the end.
Love it.
Oh, as Storm said, yes, that is why mine is also shower curtains always open because hell no would that happen. There's just some things you watch enough horror films, like
shot, Jason.
It was, we shot that the night before, because we only had one night to shoot in it, and we went for a pre-light with the gaffer and the DP, and then they were like, "Well, can we get some shots now?" And I was like, "Tony, get the mask on and the outfit," and we shot out like a bunch of the Ripper stuff that day and like whatever we could, and that helped us make our day like just under the wire, like as the sun was rising on the next day. Which was
So you guys went like 2 days without sleeping. That's insane.
How much virtual blood did you use, Augusta?
Oh no, we got to sleep because we just like shot for a little while that first night, and then yeah, and the hotels were right there, so we were good.
Okay.
That mask freaks me out so much. It's such a good mask.
It's
really
very
is.
good. Yeah.
It was.
It served the entire production so well because it's such a great centerpiece.
I might be out of
shots
sync
and
with
the
you guys.
artwork.
What was that, Jason?
Oh no, I was just saying one of my worst moments during the shoot was telling Barbara Crampton that she couldn't visit set. That was my saddest moment.
Oh yeah,
because she thought it was a day shoot. She was being really sweet and she was going to come out and visit us. And she's like, "Jason, I'm on my way there." And I'm like, "We're not there. It's a night shoot." I hate to tell you. I was like, "I could go meet you, but it's just us at an empty house. It wouldn't be fun." So she's like, "Okay, I'll turn around." And it was like the saddest moment. Yeah.
Another of my
but
favorite.
She's such a sweetheart.
The reflection is so nice.
Oh yeah, that's actual. That's an actual reflection that we got on set, which was very
so good.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Jason, I don't know if we're out of sync. How much virtual blood did you use?
The only virtual blood, and it's funny because we actually had the live thing for the throat cut. Like we had the practical effects for it, but it was going to take 2 hours of me not having Christine. So in that moment, I was just like, we're going to do it digitally. And we even shot it digitally as reference with Corinne on a separate shoot. And then we handed that, Seb and Mike handed that over to the VFX guys, and they did a great job doing it. And that way we got 2 extra hours of shooting, which we desperately needed. And as soon as Christine rose up covered in blood, me and Mike looked at each other and we were like, we're good. That was worth the 2 hours,
Can you tell us
and
about
then, yeah,
the
my Evil Dead camera
that
zooming back thing. Oh, well, Christine did an amazing job with the performance, and then we did a little bit of retiming in the edit to accentuate it, and she's just so good. Like
it looks
the great
so
thing
real.
about
On set, I'm like, oh my god, she's so great. I love it.
It was insane.
Here's the Spider-Man
the
versus
thing about
Venom
Christine,
moment.
like Christine Garlaga, she's a writer. I'm totally out of sync with you guys, I think. There he is.
I just love that he's just sitting there jumping up and down as she is just ripping the Ripper apart.
Yeah.
He's literally watching him get eviscerated to pieces. I love it. He's such a good boy.
The true horror fan. We got
the
it.
look of her with the dead pale blue eyes and the red, and then that white smile. It's really a stunning image. I just completely love it. She does such a good when has a great look, but she also just really works it with the makeup and everything. It's just wonderful.
I really like this short. It's Raimi inspired with Ragosta flair. Man, it's amazing.
Thanks, Tubbs. You're making me blush now.
I mean, look, really
this guy right here is some of the most.
It takes a sick director to cut someone's throat in front of a child. Jason has issues, but we'll talk about that later.
I freely admit that that's true. Yes, that's absolutely true. The floors were not ruined. We used a special kind of blood, I swear. And Nicole can attest to that because she cleaned it up.
I got to wax the floor. I was like, I get to go do.
We waxed beforehand, right? That was great. Yeah.
When Brad Miska did the write up for Bloody Disgusting, and he was talking to Daniela, and he was like, "That is one brutal scene, and I loved it." I think Jason, you
and coming from Brad Miska, that's like the ultimate compliment because
really,
one of the producers of VHS. I'm like, Thank you.
For
I
real.
think the headline on that was like horror short leaves child motherless or something. It's crazy.
Did Caleb DP this himself?
These comments are great.
Horrifying. Yes, he was like, hit him again, mommy. Hit him for me. Yes.
Somebody wrote sacrifice the baby.
Yeah, I saw that.
This is our audience. This is why we love them.
Yeah.
I gotta say that.
Yes, the Ripper did pee himself to answer Atomic Vampire.
So for this short,
Steve wanted to be here, but he couldn't be here. So Seb was there, right, Seb? You were on set?
Oh, were you on set for this one?
Yeah, we flew to Columbus to Steven's set right after Jason's. So we were flying from different sets, and remember it was during COVID, and some of the flights were 4 or 5 hours, and we had to wear masks the entire time. It was really painful traveling from set to set.
And you
and thank God we didn't get sick. We didn't get sick, which it's a miracle. Well, actually, it's a miracle that no one on set got sick from all the segments.
Yeah.
So thank God for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we flew to that set, and it was, Steven Kellerman, who wrote and directed this, who also did set designs, and while he was directing, was doing, he was implementing some of the special effects stuff, the visual effects. Is just quite amazing. This thing you see, this rat, he did that and right in front of us while directing. He was building set because because his visual effects person just didn't show, so he had to do the whole thing. Thank God Mike and I were on set while he's doing these things. He's building. Mike and I were prepping some of the scenes for him to look at, and then he'll just look at the camera and he would like say, move this there, and then I would do it, and then it was like, that's good, and then he'll call action. And I mean, this dude was like, I don't know, man. He was doing 5-6 things at the same time.
Didn't he have the location fall out as well? And
the same person who was supposed to help him with the effects, with the visual effects, was also getting him the location, and all those things fell through at the same time. So within a day of shoot, he ended up getting the location, which is this one, the fantastic warehouse.
Absolutely.
And it worked perfectly. So he was doing so much, and I'm happy that it's one of those sets that we flew in to help him, because if he actually had time to, he did a fantastic job, even with very little time, and thank God we were there to support him, and he's great. I think
he's such a great guy, and he works so hard. Yeah. He works so hard, and just pure hustle. That guy,
Oh, absolutely. And the
he's
rat
fun to talk to
is the
too.
most revolting.
Great laugh.
To me.
It was.
I cringe every time that thing sprays him.
I twinge. Yeah. Gets me too.
You know what he used to do that? He used a chew toy for like a dog chew toy.
Yeah.
And with soy sauce. He put soy sauce in it.
Soy sauce? Oh my God.
Yeah, he put soy sauce on the furry chew toy. And then he glued some tentacles and then he put it in the microwave.
Soy sauce?
To make
I thought it was a powder. That's crazy.
No, it's soy that he put it in the microwave to make the stuff harder, and then that's what he did.
Oh my God, oh, and hey, it worked. Several people in the chat jumped, so I love seeing that.
It's nasty.
Yeah,
it is nasty.
I think that was one of their
nobody
big
wants like rat sputum in their eye.
And like I remember in Brooklyn we were hearing, because it was so many new people to seeing the film for the first time, and that was so special.
Oh yeah, and
I think they really reacted a lot to
in the theater. It was a fantastic response.
Yeah, there was a lot of ewing and laughing at the same time. It was great.
I love that.
Yeah.
This
Also-
actor is really good. I really like him a lot.
I don't know how he could eat after that though. Every time I was like,
He's very
Oh.
casual about it, right? Like,
Right.
oh, you know, I got a little rat spray. I'm good. I'm gonna just hit my lunch or dinner. You know.
Extra protein.
yeah.
He moves really nicely from.
Man, Mark, you just will never give that up. That's so funny in the comments.
I was trying to make a filmmaking comment, damn it. He moves really well from steady to handheld to fixed here. I hadn't really noticed it before, but is it Greg someone, the cinematographer in this? Did a really neat job.
Yeah. He everything else from the moment he got up is handheld, and he was like, from the moment he got up the table, everything that followed after that handheld, and at one point we had him, we were holding him, he was leaning. You see the shot where you see the eating at the table, that's shot right above on this broken piece of sort of kind of like, so this whole place is all broken up, right? You could see cracks from the second floor into the bottom floor. I was terrified that we were just gonna fall in.
Oh no.
So at one point we had some of us, we held his back while he was leaning back to get one of those shots. And I mean, this dude was fearless. I think I was more terrified. I was more afraid for him than he was for me.
That's pretty typical of camera guys, though. They're like, "What it takes to get the shot? Let's do it."
Yeah, he's very fearless. It's the scene where he pushed the monster down the stairs. He was asking if we had another camera, and I'm like, why? Because the dude wanted to throw the damn camera down the stairs. I'm like, it is not that funny. You know,
I love
I was like, yeah, this is not a studio movie, buddy. We don't have any extra camera we can do.
Just trash a camera for one shot.
Yeah, you know, it's not a Blumhouse film, but he was great. He was great.
These comments are great.
That handheld, all this handheld shooting is not easy to do well. That's really good handhelds.
Yeah,
I hadn't really noticed it before.
Yeah, him and the kid that was putting focus was so in sync, because he was putting focus on on Wi-Fi and wireless, and they were like so in sync. But and they never worked together before that.
Really?
So so Steven Keller got him. Steven explained to them what he wanted. And they're like, okay, give us a minute. They step away, and they were talking in the next room. And they came back, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes later, and they're like, okay, let's do one. And they got it. It was just great. Yeah.
I love that. Storm Rising's like, why are you still in that building?
I would have booked, correct. That would not be, you would not see me still there.
Yeah, I would not.
I don't know.
It's very
a compelling
dedicated
song. You could walk upstairs to this creepy ass song. Come on.
I had the song stuck in my head.
Remember the song. Remember the song is in his head. The song's already taken. His brain is zombie right now.
He's already on the hook.
By the song.
He's done for.
This is great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve really killed it with this one, especially knowing the background of how much he had to just scrap together with like spit and duct tape.
He's a proper grafter, isn't he? He just works.
You never know.
Oh yeah,
you never know there's a problem.
I mean, you should see the stuff he can do if he has like proper stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he's working on pretty big shows at Netflix, I think.
He is.
Yeah. Oh. I agree with Storm Rising. I would not be in the building. I would have left much earlier.
Very shortly, the dust is leaving the building.
Ah.
Well, here we go. Currently co-starring in Jed Shepard's Flashback on Netflix. Go see her. This lovely gem.
Yeah, Haley. One
Oh,
of our
Haley.
MVPs for sure. Haley Bishop, who wanted to be here, but she's shooting a music video right now, so sadly she was not able to attend.
I was on set. I got filmed.
Yeah,
That's right.
Mark was there. He can give us
Mark,
some
tell us all the
insight.
deal.
Well,
Yeah,
this is
give us the dirt. Spill the tea.
Well, it was. So what you really want is Tim Wilrich, our shared producer here, because he can tell you. It looks like a simple shoot, but there's a lot of elements to it, and they all, they went down to the wire time-wise because they had a get-out time that was hard, and all prep went like this, and the shoot went.
This was one continuously shot, right, Mark?
Yeah,
it feels like that, and I love that. Ask his soul off to write for you. Storm Rising.
and again, to do this smoothly on steady like this, in and out of houses, light changes, focus drops, really not easy to make look this easy.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, and the coordination of all the actors, just right. It feels so completely professional. Amazing.
Yeah. It's a little bit of timing, like that game people who come in a bit later.
Ask if Zoloft is right for you.
I thought they were great too. Good casting.
The actor on the right, she led a West End stage show last year.
Oh wow!
She's a real talent. You know. Haley is plugged into everyone in London, basically.
Yeah.
And shout out to her fella, Kieran Craig, who is the cinematographer for all of this.
Yeah, he killed it. Totally killed it.
I just love that line.
Yes, this party seemed like a nightmare.
Real estate is the new porn. You heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The red costume. I think red is often used to make people stand out. Most famously, with Schindler's List and the little girl in the red.
Protagonist wears red. Yeah.
There's something about the eyes always gone to red. I'm not sure whether that's a blood thing, but it's a biological thing for sure.
Might be instinctual because that is the color of blood. There's a problem if you see red, right? You've got red on you.
I feel like she's really trying hard with her outfit, where these girls are like wearing like neutral colored sweats, and they're just like being themselves, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta be young."
And like the overcranking here.
Yeah.
Really, the slow-mo. And then bang back.
I would be so mad.
Looks simple to do, but it's made that work.
I have the sound down. I
Great
can't remember.
filmmaking.
This is their version of the song, right? That they're dancing to.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, that song's amazing. It's one of my
really
favorite
good.
versions. It
Yeah,
sounds like a radio pop hit. Like
It does.
super catchy.
Haley in this part. Oh,
Also, Haley's reaction to the turmeric shot is amazing.
But that would be me too, though. I would be like, "Excuse me, no." I'm expecting like vodka, tequila.
Yeah.
No.
She got suckered.
She
She should have read
She has so many great lines in this show. It's like when she did the thing, she went down. She's like, I can get you ready for the club." Like she said it with such conviction, as if she's like, you know. And the girls are looking at the girl's face, looking at her like, "Okay, we don't do that dance anymore."
I love like the Buddhist statues holding the phone for her. It's amazing.
I
Little
like the
detail.
lighting cues too.
Yeah.
While she's dancing.
How awesomely brave to just be a goober on camera. I just love this. She's so sweet.
Yeah.
So funny.
So they obviously had these lights programmed, but it's one thing having the toys; it's another thing to make it work. And God, did they make it work?
Oh, I love this. It's just so creepy and oh.
I like how she worked the like banality of the party into the horror.
Yeah.
And like the blood dripping out of the woman's nose over her teeth. The club bracelet.
Is that Livestrong?
Yeah, that's what it looked like, a Livestrong bracelet.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
I missed that.
She's got a case of the Caucasians. Little kicks, right, Elaine?
Oh, yeah.
That was a fun transition right there.
Yeah.
Very slick.
From the horror to the horror of her twerking.
Low rise pants.
I remember being in the cinema in LA and a whole bunch of people getting the jeans gag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She walks away.
Yeah, it was like an audible comment,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It was the Britney.
She makes a extra
Jean-
line coming up.
Was there something?
Her line comes up. I think it's about
what was
Britney.
I am horrified. It's true, you know, Gen Z.
Horrifying.
That like modem sound.
No.
Dialing up.
Yeah.
Oh no. I love the lighting in this scene. It was fun doing the poster for this because there's so many great colors, you know.
Her eye makeup is just killing me, man. I love it. It's great, like, because I don't think they used like a prosthetic forehead piece, but it almost looks like she's wearing one because of the kind of makeup. Amazing. I love when that stuff happens like that.
That line is still probably one of the...
Except for Britney, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's true. Okay, it's true. Only her could pull that.
And still very present in terms of everything going on with Britney now. So it works out. It's like a timeless reference.
The line was written for the horror hour. They didn't have a good laugh.
I love that ending. Oh my gosh. I miss my old flip phone.
Yeah.
My BlackBerry, actually. That's what I miss.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Flip phones were awesome.
Those drawings were cool too. Seb, who did the drawings?
On the drawings? So the drawings was between me. They were enhance and special effects. So what we did, we took some photos. We sent it to this kid who's pretty awesome. And then what I did was I sort of kind of like scribbles what I would want the transition to be. And then he'd take that and put it upload it in his computer, and then he, did a better job than
Did an
what we got. So
amazing
some of the,
job.
some of the
Beautiful.
transitions
Yeah.
we took him straight from some of the scenes for the shorts. Like when you see Nicole's, you'll see why, and Haley's as well. So some of those we just took the stuff, drew on top of them, and then sent it to him.
Yeah. Now this one is Greg's, who he was with us earlier and he had to dip out, but has one of the best endings. I won't say anything, but definitely one of my favorites.
Another really
And
beautiful.
the wallpaper. Sorry, Nicole, go ahead.
No, just this is like a historic Airbnb, isn't it? And yeah, the wallpaper alone is like freaking phenomenal. It's what a beautiful location.
Mm-hmm. You can do a whole horror movie in that house alone.
Oh
and
yeah,
never go out.
I mean, it's a creepy location. So
it's very creepy. Yeah.
That hallway with like the leaves is very cool. It's like a very where the wild things are, where like the walls disappear.
Yes.
Comes this piece.
And even the innkeeper's T-shirt is color coded. Like he's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's matching the walls, right?
Right.
And the beginning when he's giving them the tour, it's like you feel there's like evil there, like something really bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then you have this creepy family. They each have their own little suitcase. You can barely carry any clothes in it. You already know it's like there's something very wrong there. I don't know quite what it is yet. And I loved the job he did with the twist in the end. It's yeah.
I love how much of a connoisseur of horror Greg is. Like he reads like voraciously, and I like to just watch what he posts about what's coming out because I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So you really feel it that he's just pulling from all kinds of different resources here when he's writing.
Yeah. Greg's the one I go to for book recommendations when it comes to horror.
One of when he sort of kind of like told me his idea for his segment, which I thought was obviously all the segments are fantastic. His I felt was like, okay, yeah, I see where you're going with it, but we still need to scare the crap out of people. And then he told me the ending. I was like, okay, I think that will work.
Not a problem.
Not a problem. But I love the short and the message and what the misdirection is just fantastic. It makes you sad, but at the same time I think Greg tapped into some of the things that people actually go through, and women go through in life, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And this family, man, Yutaka, that's real husband and wife and kid, right? It's their kid, all three of them.
Oh wow!
It's amazing.
They're a real family.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and they're fantastic.
And they're all so good. Yeah, that's like when the magic happens. You're like, there's no weekend.
And then Seb, did that kid come back, or was it a similar kid?
No, he came back. We
sorry,
flew him to New York. We flew him to New York.
So
we
cool.
flew him to New York to do the other part, to do the part that Mike and I directed. So we flew his family. All of them were in New York.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice misdirect there.
Yeah.
There's something about like gardening in that kind of like rural area that's always kind of creepy, because there've been so many movies that have like somebody's buried in the flower bed, right? Like,
Yes, that I could see that.
I always think of Poltergeist with a creepy dude walking up. Oh, that guy.
Oh, the one who's singing that song. We're all yep. I know
Forever
you.
for my
Oh,
nightmares,
You're talking
man.
about
That
Poltergeist 2. Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
man,
Poltergeist 2.
no.
When he comes up to the screen, it's like
Mhm.
iconic. Yeah.
Ugh,
Creepy dude.
that guy.
Has a death curse.
These guys
That
are
whole
all
movie, man.
stage
Yeah, all
actors
the
too,
lore
right?
around it. It's amazing.
They're all theatre stage actors, these guys, I think.
Yeah, they do a lot of theater work.
Because their performances are great. Like, one of the things that stage actors tend to do is everything big and, it's really measured. It's
Tend to project a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
But they are emoting a lot, which is great because like they're conveying a lot of like agony and stuff without saying a whole lot sometimes here. Just really good directing and acting.
And with this one, Greg wrote it, and then Wes Driver was the director of it. It was one of the few ones that had a different director than writer, but they're a team and they've been working together, I think.
Oh, she does such a good job.
Yeah. That shot right there, it's just all written on her face. Of course, you guys may be looking at a totally different shot.
No, I think you're pretty close.
Yeah.
When she looks at him when she's on the couch, it's just really.
This is The Shining inspired, right? Because she's Shelley Duvall in this one, right?
She's not floppy enough.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. That's why. Oh, go ahead.
Good. Sorry.
That's why it's called The Keeper.
One thing Mike and I never mentioned to all of you guys, the filmmakers. So, Dark Sky, who distributed the film, they have this. I forgot what you call it, but each segment they have very high marks from different companies, like different stuff, and it's quite interesting. Wyatt was saying, in some instances, because in some instances you can get 3 films to the same thing and then add it all 3 are rated low, but this is like one of the film with, I guess it's an anthology, so you can only do it per segments, where all the segments are aligned. Even though if 5 people, let's say, hate Mother Love, 10 will love it, and then 5 will hate, Limited, and 20 would love it. So everything is just balanced.
That was what was cool about.
That was pretty cool.
That was what was cool about the reviews too, is that each of the reviews different shorts. It was really cool. They'd 2 or 3 of them, and it was totally different each time. It was not predictable or any particular one stood out. It was very cool how just there was something in there for everyone, and I think, and we have a really good rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I think we're in the 80s for the critics and the and for the audience, and we were at 100% for a little while. And then we got one bad one, but whatever. It's all good.
Here's a review.
We'll take these.
Reveal here.
It's
what are they doing with my towel?
Keep it awake.
Damn it.
Yeah. Once I touch that, I'd be out of there. That's it.
Right? I he is way too curious, and
he's never watched a horror film, has he?
It's that kid has bad allergies, man.
I know, and even though after he sees what he sees, he's still trying to ask. He's such a good Oh man,
Oh, the
like
drag
very
was out.
polite.
He's in like keeper mode still. And yet the best shot is yet to come. Storm rising.
My favorite is the kids line at the
And
end.
now comes the best part. Yeah. The thing that kills me is the bald spot.
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah.
I'm telling you over the boat.
It seems like it's telling us that that kid's way older than he looks. You know what I mean? Like, and it also looks like his head has grown, right? So maybe the hair has just like parted because his skull got bigger.
That's my
It's
favorite line
amazing.
from the whole segment. It's the
Put him on
moment.
It's great, yeah.
Nice. And there he
Fisting
is.
on guts, fisting on guts. Mom's just
Recognize
standing
this
there. We're
script.
gonna need more towels.
We're gonna need more towels.
Very cool.
We're gonna need more
That's
time.
a great line.
There he is. Uh-oh. You know what that means, Mark.
I can hear the music coming.
Yeah. There we are. What a beautiful location that is.
Mark, by the way, you did rated the highest in locations in dark sky
That's
stuff.
fair.
Yeah.
It's very fair.
Yeah.
We
I'm
tried.
not messing around.
So that was a bar rather than a library, because during the pandemic, not one library would let us in.
Mm.
And this is Stella Stocker, who was Martha Wayne in the Batman.
Super cool.
Steve Hay.
And you talk about your lenses, Mark.
Yeah. So
Mark decided to make a horror film for gearheads. You know.
It's so beautifully shot, and this car is, oh my god,
gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to throw people off and make something really beautiful.
It was my favorite thing to draw on all the posters.
So this was the actor actually driving, all practical driving. Got the cinematographer in with her. This is using vintage lenses, 70s lenses, and expanded black magic. It looks a bit like an Alexa LF. We had an awful lot of footage here. We could have made a 4-minute trailer. But that's the cream of the crop, those shots.
My wife absolutely loved that car.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do you guys want to touch on the car thing? The original idea? There was a car thread
Well,
option.
so the
original
idea,
concept. Yeah.
The original concept, Yutaka, was because again, all of us except for Nicole ended up in a room at 5 a.m. on Clubhouse, and I was in New York, so it was 5 a.m. in the morning for me. So we're talking about our favorite horror films, and my favorite horror movie is Christine. Right. So the concept was, I was like, what if they all take place, in cars, because I love Christine so much. And then after that, we ended up, expanded the idea. So that's why you see Jason Wilkinson and Mark, and they took place in cars, because the original idea was for all the shorts to be shot in cars. Yeah.
Fun trivia fact: Mark and I filmed on the same weekend across the globe from one another, and we were the first two to go. First two to film.
Right. Yeah. Same day.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
You guys were the first.
Super quick. It was like, was it like 2 weeks after we approved the scripts? They were shooting. It's crazy.
Something like that. We just had it ready to go.
Yeah.
It worked out really well though, because we ended up having frames that would go with the pre-pro poster when we got the first Fangoria articles. You guys kind of saved us on that front. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is true. Some of the frames and the stuff was in the first release in Fangoria, yeah.
This singer is from Iran, and she's doing it in the style of Arabic lament.
Oh.
I love this shot so much.
This shot is awesome.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. Gorgeous.
It works in the cinema, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice on the big screen.
Seeing that on theater in the theater was just like, because before I'd only seen the screeners, so getting to see that scene right, oh my god.
So you can't help but take a big deep breath.
Well, because online and in the DVD, it's like all. Yeah, it's all lower res, but we did it all in 4K. So on the big screen, it's in the full res, so it's cool.
Yeah.
It was freezing here, and Stella's lips literally turned blue.
Oh no!
In takes, we had to shove her in the car.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
But the sound guys did a great job. It was nice and clear, and you see their hair moving, but it wasn't picked up in the mic.
She's terrifying in that scene because she looks so indifferent when she's talking about, the stuff. It's not like you don't even know. It's like just the look on her face. You're like, okay, you're very creepy, right? Because it's
super casual about it.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like it's like eating a cheeseburger when you're gonna kill somebody, or eating a cheeseburger while you're killing somebody.
Like a big Kahuna burger, for instance.
It's really pleasing hearing people in the theatre jump at those cuts.
Yeah.
But Stella's so good in this scene, man. It's, she's great throughout, but
several people contacted me saying they needed to watch it a few times to get it. And I'm kind of okay with that. It's all in the flashes at the end.
yeah, I had to read the script a few times to get it before we shot it. So that's always a good thing,
I'm sorry. Daddy's in the rarity, I'm afraid.
Just a little knife.
Yeah, which is somewhere in the back of the room here.
It's funny because as I watch it, I just see all the frames I use for all the posters. It's like seeing like a little snapshot every time.
We did this lens whack here to make the car disappear. Comes after the reclip. And we did it twice. We did it to make Stella disappear at the end of the film too. And this is why it's important to overshoot, because all of this wouldn't have been possible without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upgrade, bitch. Sorry. Love it.
There can be only one.
Yeah.
I loved that was a good twist. I loved that.
It's like Highlander, right?
Yeah, that's some savage stuff going on right there with the little hot blade.
That was Jason Wilkinson who calmed me down when I was doing the effects on that.
Yep.
Nice.
You had it. It was just a little much. I was very fortunate. I got to see a lot of these kind of in the works, and I really seeing the progress to what they ended up being. It's just amazing. Like in how little time.
And also the writers' room, right?
Yeah.
Like from even the script stage, we all got to work together and see each of the shorts evolve, like what Jason was saying. It's very cool stuff. I mean, that's why we're totally like a little family now. Yeah.
Kimmy's.
Drawings.
Yay.
This is one of my favorites from the script, from
And her version of the song is my favorite.
Nice.
It's really good. Yeah, very, very 50s. It matches the toaster, as it were.
I got to hang with her actor a lot in New York, and he's just so sweet and endearing. He's just like this character. It's really fun.
Yeah. Michael, yeah, he's great.
I love her use of color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mike is really great. His wife is fantastic. They came back and hung out with me. They stayed with me for a little bit at my house. Yeah.
Very
Nice.
cool. Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah, they're great.
Also, Mike has a serious head of hair.
Yeah.
He has like the perfect eyebrows for this role. He just like does all the like
Very puppy
eyebrow-
doggish.
It's so good.
I keep seeing Mike in costume dramas and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's been getting some cool roles.
badass.
I did that little clipping for Kimmy in Photoshop.
Oh nice.
She's like, "How am I going to do this?" I'm like, "Don't worry, Kimmy. You give me 10 minutes."
Awesome.
And that's how you clear a witch. Nice. Yeah, it's like Mike's eyes even match the color scheme of the movie, which I think
Right.
They do.
But look at all that detail of the perfect blue colored everything in there. It's so
Mhm.
it's all very
you know-
Kimmy though, right?
It
'Cause, like
is.
when
Yeah,
you
for
see
sure.
even Kimmy's
Yeah.
home and everything else, like it's so meticulously
Yeah.
Yeah, but
designed
you know, Mike enhanced the coloring even more
in
Oh,
the
to
cool.
make
post.
it
Yeah.
fit.
Nice.
To make it fit. Yeah, everything you see, Mike, because Mike did the coloring on most of them, so he enhanced it more.
Yeah.
He's amazing. His skill is
Yeah, we're so lucky.
beyond.
Cut a killer trailer for us and then cut
Oh.
a killer film. Did it all. And then honestly, like seeing it for the first time in the theater at the Landmark, like seeing the little credits things he did for each film at the end was
Oh,
really
that
cool.
was so lovely to see.
Mhm.
Yeah. It made like everything about this thing is every little detail is kind of makes it a little more special, which is cool. And then of course the kind of like memoriam for John at the end as well, which was very special as well. So yeah, a lot of love went into this thing, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna try to jump in. He's at a meeting.
Yes,
He's in a meeting
hopefully we'll
for
get to see him.
He said he'll try to jump in.
Very cool, very cool. I love this scene. Yeah. That's the last straw, man.
Look, man, that is real. That is true love right there. You know?
I love that look at her face.
Look, once she cleaned and the mom got credit, it's over. Like it's done.
Oh no.
But the arc of her character and the mounting, like she tries really hard to be nice, and then it's just, last nerve is where it ends up.
His eyebrow reaction is so cool.
Yeah. It's all in the eyebrows.
Oh, it's Greg.
Hey, sorry, I had to
Greg's
drop.
back.
Hey, I'm
Hey,
back
Greg,
now.
we talked a lot about your short as it happened, and
Oh,
people were
God.
very impressed and terrified by the wallpaper, especially.
Oh yeah, man! That place, that old house, was like built in the 1800s. I think remodeled in the 1930s, and was kept in that 1930s shape until now. And a couple of my friends own the house, so they let us come in and film. But yeah, it's a really, really neat location.
So cool. I really love the leaves pattern in the hallway.
Yeah, yeah,
I was saying it was like where the wild things are, you know, when the walls
yeah,
disintegrate into the trees.
totally. Yeah, classic old Tennessee house. And there's a well house out in the back and an old cabin, and underneath the cabin, down in the crawl space, there was like a petrified possum. It was nasty.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's always going to be at
petrified
least
rats
one
and
of those.
possums.
Or a raccoon.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I really love about this short and Haley's short? In my mind, and I'm seeing a lot of these in newer horror short films, they're starting this kind of modern, cute, creepy horror subgenre. I don't know. It's kind of neat. I'm seeing a lot of that kind of stuff happen now. So it's just great. It's great.
That's
There's a new kind of horror subgenre. I don't even know what to classify it yet, but
It's called, you know how there's like a meat cute? This is like
Yeah.
some kind of like
yeah.
scare
MEAT.
cute or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, meat as in
Yeah,
sliced
there you
meat.
go. The meat cute. There you go.
Meat cute.
Nice. Yeah.
What's a Swanson TV dinner, folks? Is that an American thing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what he was eating.
Yeah.
Is that microwave dinner that he was eating that looks so gross,
Yeah.
the Salisbury steak.
Oh yeah.
Here we go, Mr. Jason Wilkinson. One of the
Nice.
prettiest segments.
Oh yeah.
A little fun fact. So Jason Wilkinson got from Dark Sky one of the best color palettes and one of the best shot combination for
Nice.
someone just sitting in the car.
Yeah, it's not
It
It
easy.
was a
pretty
challenge,
cool.
man.
Yeah.
That was one thing I remember talking about and really talking with my DP about. Like, I want a challenge. I want to see if we can make a short film compelling staying in a car.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, again, going back to the Christine real inception of this whole thing, I was like, that is a challenge for a filmmaker. And I don't know. I'm proud of what we did. It's nice.
What's
Yeah.
the Tom Hardy film that's just
Yes, Locke. I watched
Locke.
it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I don't think back team will help with those ones.
No.
No.
It's interesting to watch her go through various stages of dying here, like so much pain at the beginning and toward the end. There's just kind of this you just, I guess, maybe loss of feeling in her body and also a despair, you know, that you know, where she ends up you know, at the end, fearing she's not going to get out of it.
I used like a thimble of blood in the whole film, and it caused tremendous production problems.
If that.
You guys, buckets and buckets.
Me and Dubs brought buckets. We were like, if we could have a hose in a truck, we would.
I literally cleaned this vehicle up because this was my vehicle.
Nice.
Cleaned it up and then traded it in with a fake blood stick.
Stop.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
How did you
Yeah,
explain that
Dubs,
to them?
was there a moment? Yeah.
They didn't even know. They looked it over in the trade-in. They're like, oh, cool. No, whatever.
Dubs, was there at least a moment where you both went silent and kind of looked at each other and then looked away? Because
Oh my gosh.
I wish. No, they took it away, but it was no problem.
You should put like a
Wow.
weapon in the back of the trunk and be like, oh, like quickly take it out. for
it
you.
tells you something about what they're used to trading in, though, I think. You know, like a no ask, don't tell kind of policy for bloody, you know, vehicles.
Yeah, really.
You've collaborated with this actor before, right? She's in some of your other films.
I knew Elise. I think this is the first time we collaborated on a short film. I've worked with her in commercials and things like that. But yeah, we've known each other years beforehand.
I got to hang with her in LA when we did the screening there and
Yeah,
super
she's
sweet,
really nice.
really bubbly. Like I just love how, the
Complete
contrast.
opposite of this, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't shot and dying at the time, so that
That's true.
probably helped with her demeanor.
No, but her intensity compared to her just natural demeanor was really, I was like, yes, she's really good.
And another like one of those like, oh shit, what are we gonna do now moments is it, and filmmakers can realize this, when you're filming exterior and you don't have control of the elements, when it starts to rain like it has now in this short, and it stopped later, so I had to go get one of those pump sprays and spray rain a little bit each time. It was
I didn't know that had happened. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Our rain came from a hose at Windows.
Yeah.
That's how we did it.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, I want to commend Jason's makeup effects team, because like the blood seeping out of the bullet wounds in this is so good.
That's
That's some quality stuff.
Yeah, Christina
That's
Cordum.
Christina, man.
Yeah,
Christina
Ravenous
Cordum is
Studios.
fantastic.
She doesn't mess around.
Amazing. Yeah.
She worked on Grimm, right? The show Grimm.
She's famous for, I think she helped on Grimm, but she more did the Birch. It was like a Facebook.
Cool. Yeah,
she did.
That was the Alter.
Created that.
That was the Alter short, right? Or was it on that
Hello?
other platform? Oh,
it was Crypt TV, but then
Crypt
it was
TV.
put on
That's
Facebook.
the one. The Birch
So,
was
yeah,
so
she's
cool.
done-
Very iconic horror character.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Kenneth. Yutaka. Aw. It is good to keep pressure on wounds. That's true.
Yes.
I love how much.
But yeah, sorry.
No, just saying, I loved how much we all lent into the practical of this. I know we all used a little bit of final editions, but it really does stand up. You know, the fact that you're actually doing it there makes a difference for the actors. That makes a difference for the filming. So.
I really love the coloring, Jason. I think it's one of the segments that Mike did nothing on.
I just can't take my eyes off this segment. It's, well, we all know I just love this movie, but I think how this is done is just really fascinating.
Thank you. Oh, and quick shout out to Hank. I mean, he's on the cell phone. That's his wife's picture right there on the cell phone.
Yep, there's Sam.
Right, yeah.
Is Hank on?
No.
No, he had to work. Yeah. He's going to be there in Salem, though. I just got my plane ticket yesterday, so I'm ready to go, too.
Oh, wow. Nice.
We should give Hank a shout out. Tell him he was a big part of this work.
Because, you know, so Yutaka Hank was the first guy in our group on Clubhouse who sent me a script right
What was
after
it,
we
within
were
4
done.
hours? It was like crazy.
So we finished talking in New York at 5 a.m. and I'm like, I'm going to sleep because, well, I don't really sleep. Then I woke up at 9 and then I got an email from Hank with the script.
Oh my God.
That's when I realized, I was like, okay, so, and then I read it, it's good. I'm like, okay, so I guess we're doing this. Of course, then I had to convince Mike, my partner, to do this. Mike was like, well, what's Clubhouse? Do we know these people? Maybe we should FaceTime with them to make sure they're real people before we start spending people money, you know?
Little did he know we were all bots.
Yeah, you guys were all real, man. After we Zoom, everybody was real. It was great. I love the ending of this, like the color.
That shot's so cool. Dubs with the whole
The ending shot in the face.
It's like focused on the screen of the phone. It's great.
Yeah.
I can't. This. Oh God, it just looks so. I remember when this watching this at Brooklyn in the theaters, and I was just like, oh my God, it's just it looks so good. And so
Now
it's just,
that's
wow.
Christina's husband, right?
Yeah, Christina's
Yeah.
husband is the.
He
scary
does such a
officer.
great
Yeah.
job. Oh my God, he had so much fun
Yeah.
with that role. You could tell.
So yeah,
Oh,
that
man.
this shot, the final
She looks
shot,
extremely dead.
ruined the floorboard.
It was worth it, Dubs, and they didn't
It was
say
worth
anything.
it. It was worth it.
I mean, you got straight up blood leaking out of a car. Like,
Yeah.
That looks so good.
I can't believe
Love
you
it.
traded that in too. Oh my God, that's amazing.
So that's the thing is, like, Dubs and I brought the blood. You know, we checked that box off so that everybody else could do as much or as little of blood as they want. And then Nicole brings a little bit of blood too. She's got a little bit.
And there's the shot he was mentioning from. You'll see that shot later. And then
Yeah,
this is,
so we took a shot of that, and we took the screen, and then I drew it by hand,
Nice.
and then I gave it to the artist who enhanced it in digitally. But we took that straight from one of the scenes.
Nice.
this is another case where I had my friend Holly, who just passed there on the floor, has a whole family of actors. Her daughter, who plays the young lead, and then her husband comes in later as well. And her in the house, she lent me the house for the film, which is just phenomenal.
Wow.
And the world to me, they really made this film happen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And my lead, Antonia Moran, she's like amazingly emotive, but such a technician. So like when you have shot, and you have no time, she was just hammering it out, and I would give a slight correction, and she'd just like pick it up amazingly, and still with all the same feeling. So I just felt so honored to be there and work with them, and I learned a lot working with all of this cast and crew. I'm so sorry, my.
Who was your DP?
No, I remember getting to speak with her too. So like oh my goodness, it's just again like guys, I know I'm nerdy now, but getting to sit here to watch this and get all this live commentary and just it's really cool.
And for the audience to understand, I bumped into Yutaka the night before our screening.
Hammered.
Remember, I was with
with
Kimmy and John, Kimmy's partner. Yutaka's hammered drunk. I'm trying to take a photo of me, Kimmy, and John, and Yutaka's like, "I can take that photo for you." And I'm like, "Who are you?" And then I found out he was our biggest. He was like Sinphony's first and biggest fan.
Yeah.
Before even we had the screen, and then like the rest is history. Yeah. Yeah.
I was so embarrassed when I got back to my hotel room. Like, oh my God.
No, nothing. Are you kidding? Once we had talked to I was like, oh my God, did we just become best friends?
Oh no.
And
we again, it is still hands down the best interview I've ever sat through. I think that interview prepared me for any other interviews that I've ever done, just because I was so nervous, but you all were so awesome. But I think it also, again, I think it's a testament when you can tell the filmmakers really loved what they put out there. Because, there are some you can see that they're just putting stuff out there. And to me, I love horror. So I love just seeing that the care you guys put into this.
Mm-hmm.
This was our first night.
Meet cute, yes.
This is our first night shooting, and you can hear the music. This is where the song comes into my film. And there was a blast just going out and doing this little montage with all of them. My daughter was with us holding lights. It's a whole family affair.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that was one of the sets that we flew in too, because I was Nicole's first AD, and I mean, look, the job you did on this, and as a director, it was just fantastic. And
there's a lot in there. Yeah.
My DP, somebody was asking, it's Jason Josepher. He's done a lot of things in the Bay Area. He's phenomenal. And for someone kind of coming into this level of production, I was nervous about who I work with because I really want someone that is collaborative and not like, oh, you don't know what you're doing, you know, that kind of thing. You run into that all over the place. But he is just so kind and curious and respectful, and I just felt really nurtured, and like he would take what I would say, because I feel like I have a lot of vision. I visualize all the scenes pretty specifically, and then I was able to share that with him, and he's like, oh, let's pull that thread, let's like go down that. And so we, like, every shot is a dolly to the next thing, or like he's like, let me, one time there's a shot toward the end where you go from the exterior to the interior. He's like, let's pop that window screen out and follow them through the door, but through the
That
window.
was a beautiful shot.
And I was like, that was on the fly, and I'm like, oh my God, I love you.
Awesome.
But just everyone that, you know, and a lot
You guys
of people
do a lot visually throughout the whole thing. It's such a variety.
Thank you. Yeah, he's phenomenal. And the lighting, that technician was Matthew Stoop, another really well-known guy who gets a lot of work and also teaches a lot of the people in this area. He's kind of a trainer.
Oh.
And, yeah, and he also helped so much with
that mirror.
I love that
mirror
shot
shot.
right there. That with that
mirror shot's so pretty. Very gothic. Very very cool.
I think Seb actually
and then
pointed
of
that
course
out.
the projection shot.
Yes, it's the nightmare.
It's so subtle. It really worked. Oh.
Thank you.
It did.
Yeah, the whole idea is
so
this
nice.
Anxiety. I mean, I remember my first pregnancy, and it was like, what's happening? This is so alien. This thing is like taking over. You feel like you ate, but you're hungry, but you're not hungry. And if you don't eat, your stomach's going to just like make you throw up. It's just all kinds of weird sensations. And so that alien feeling, and that like, when's this going to end? And also knowing that the ending is like a birth, which is also just a scary thing for your body to go through. So this whole thing, I was just thinking like, okay, where does my anxiety lie when I was writing, and just thinking of all those like really alien feelings. I even reached out to a lot of moms that I know, like, hey, tell me that weird thing that you didn't expect, you know, to try to piece that in. And then also, you know, in talking to Sebastian and Michael on Jason's set, it just was a kismet that I happen to have a car, I happen to have a couple of births, and it just kind of like everything just kind of flowed together. This was already written. We did add the song, and I think we changed the ending just subtly so that it would flow into the wraparound story better. But yeah, it was just magic how it all kind of clicked. This is that shot I mentioned. So
yep.
Yeah. And you went there first, Nicole, before AHS Delicate, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to like think about that. Like, how much do I want to lean on any other lore? Like, there's a whole Twilight thing with the baby.
Right,
know,
right. I love that. The complete book of witchcraft.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody should have that on their shelf, really.
I kept it.
Got a lot of witches in this thing, really.
Yeah.
Decent amount.
Oh, and that shot was fun too. We pulled back into the closet on a dolly. Oh, and then he had like a red, like kind of a heavy camera on a Ronin, and was trying to do that shot down the stairs. That was like, oh my gosh. Trying to get a gimbal to cooperate toward the end of
exceeding the weight limit.
Oh no.
Yeah, we were like all sweating, like, oh, are we gonna get it?
What is in the blood on the counter? Is that like onion bits or what?
No,
what is
so
that?
Sabrina Ozuna is the lead makeup effects artist, and she brought
I know
foot.
Sabrina.
It was like a fake, like a human foot model, and she just kind of like yanked it apart and like made little meat bits and
ripped some little chunks off of it.
Yeah,
so that's the remains of a foot?
Yeah, she left me the foot in the makeup room. She's like, "Oh, I thought you might want to keep it for, you know, souvenir." I'm like, it's like kind of a heavy. It's like
keep it.
It lived in my like film stuff for a while.
That's a great cut.
Yeah, and so also another magical connection is that Antonia has been a doula before and has witnessed all of this stuff and was like, what kind of a scream do you want? Do you want it pain? Do you agony? Like she just has she knows all the like different realities that happen and really brought it.
And that little detail of how it's mostly water that breaks and then a little bit of blood around the edges was crazy.
Thank you.
It's kind of cool. Yeah. That's a cool thing in terms of the lore, though, that her moment of death is that moment. I think that's really cool. Mm-hmm. Look at her just run off. It's just shameless.
So that,
just like yank.
I love everyone in the chat. Well, what's wrong with the baby?
Distant bite. I like the subtitles.
I love this twist. Like, love that. But it's also terrifying that she had to go through all of that to
to rise in power.
And will have to over and over.
And
or will she? We don't know.
Although she wouldn't die again because now she's
we don't know if she's going to be churning out an army of vampire babies or if it's this one and they're like a unit together. I don't know. It was all just very open-ended. In fact, I was like, does she have the baby or not? Like, or does she die and then they rise together? But we ended up changing because of the wraparound, which made a lot of sense. And it turned out great. I think the change didn't really...
And the title, right?
Yeah.
Because the whole eternally...
Yeah.
Oh, maternally,
eternally. Yeah.
It's a great time. Like, I still remember watching it. I'm like, oh my God, I could never get pregnant, but I was like, I don't ever want to. This is terrifying. This is, oh my God.
Yutaka's like, I'm good. I don't need to
go
there after this.
I know whose house this is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's my house.
Oh, is it?
That's my house. That's my car.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Seb, did you guys take a TV off the wall? Is that what those blocks are?
We did. We took the TV off the wall, but we also marked it to the final to the final setup. So, fun fact, there's a scene where the baby's on the couch and it's moving, and I'm literally behind the couch.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm using a wire to make the baby move. I'm putting a wire. Because, well, you all know the story of the real baby, right? So we couldn't use the real baby anymore. So, yeah.
And then it all ties together. And of course, that's Sinphony right there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like actually Sinphony.
Edna, rocking it.
With her her film projection eyes. They come custom on demons now. Yeah, right? Where's Buffy? Seriously. There it is. Not bad.
But we have to watch the credits because Michael did such an amazing job putting those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite parts.
It's the text treatment on the title.
So cool.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
Aw.
You know, we're so spoiled. These credits are a joy. They really are.
Yeah.
Kimmy, she's like,
hey, Kimmy.
with that.
Well, that was the thing too. Me and Mark, like after the Landmark screening, which was the first time with like with like 100. Oh my God, Kimmy's here. In this chat. So the first time we watched it at the Landmark, me and Mark turned to each other and like, we're spoiled forever now, because like the first time we saw it was on the big screen with these amazing credits with like 100 like horror like insider people from like around Hollywood, and we were like, okay, well, we've done this now. We're good.
That's awesome.
I feel like each screening was so special though, because it just had a different vibe, and like that one was us and our friends and family and people kind of in the know, and then the Brooklyn one was just so special too, because it was just like people fresh to the movie and like having big reactions, and we all were like, oh my God, they're laughing or they're screaming or ewing.
What's that? Yeah, I mean, I'm
the
curious.
reactions in the
like
theater
for
at Brooklyn were amazing.
Getting to see people enjoy your films. What is that like as a filmmaker? Just sitting there,
Nothing
I
like
would
it.
be a nervous wreck.
It's the dream. I mean, that's what we want, is like to put our vision out there and then have people enjoy.
Oh no,
and
it's the best. Yeah.
It's also it's really
best feeling in the
because
world.
You don't know
is
what
watching
people are
your
going to react
film with
to,
us.
and any given viewing it could be different.
There you go, Greg.
Yes. What a great group. We had so much fun producing this, and you know, the mom, the dad, and the boy are actually a family, you know, and of actors, theater actors primarily. I had a couple of my kids there. One of my Sunday school kids was a production assistant, you know, and of course shot it in the house of a couple who were longtime friends, and our local
So your Sunday school student learned some interesting words on set.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Shout out to Tim Wilrich, who not only produced my film but Haley's as well.
Yeah.
He did such a good job that he's been stolen away by Jed Shepard. Mark's got to start like beating away people from Tim with a stick. It's my producer.
And our VFX artists. I mean, we did this during the pandemic. They did the VFX during the war. They're from Ukraine, right?
Yeah, that's why. That's actually one of the reasons why Sinphony did not get sent to Russia for distribution. Was because of that. Yeah, right.
Was because of why?
Because our VFX artists were from the Ukraine.
Wow.
Yeah, and Dark Sky reached out and said, "We don't think it's okay to release it in Russia." We're like, "Yeah, we agree with you." And actually, he's still fighting.
Yeah,
still the husband. It's a husband and wife team, and he's still fighting in the war. With the wife is home with the baby because they just had a new baby. So he's still fighting, and he's alive too. So Mike and I, we reached out to the wife often. So yeah, he's still fighting, man. Yeah.
And David Teslian, who did so many different takes on the one track, as a composer.
Yeah.
Amazing working with David.
I think
I mean, he was a trooper, man. We're like, okay, here's the song. Now we need 10 versions, or it was more than 10. I think it was like 12 or 13 versions.
He did 13 versions with some instrumental and some stuff that Mike and I we use in our segment. Yeah. No, look, he loved it. He loved working with you guys.
I mean, I'm just waiting for the soundtrack, y'all.
He was great. I was one of the culprits because there are 2 versions in mine.
Two
we gotta do the soundtrack. It would be awesome, or like Spotify.
Like 4,000 people in my credits.
And then Nicole with like 2,000 people in her credits.
Hey, you know what though? That's all right, because
that's when you know a real indie production right there.
Yep, that's all my friends and family were like, "Here, make a movie." Okay, thank you.
Now they're in the credits.
That's right. So good, you guys. I love your segments.
Aw, and we love yours, Nicole. That's the thing. We were very lucky with who was in the room, and then also including Nicole, because I mean, each one of the shorts is fantastic. So we're very, very fortunate at getting to work together, and also getting to spend so much time together making it. It was a lot of Zoom calls because it's all during the pandemic. So just
so
zooming around
distributed.
with people around the States and around the world, and in Canada for Kimmy's.
I'm trying to think. I think I honestly found out a little bit more about this originally because I saw his name in the because of Alex Noye was talking about it, and then later I was chatting with Jed, and he brought this also to my attention. I just thought that was just hearing about the concept was just incredibly awesome, because I think for anybody to get that chance to get their film made is just, and just to see, like, I really do enjoy it. And there's so many different voices in this and that, and it still all is cohesive. I just, again, I'm just like, now I'm starting to like, hold on, give me a second. Let me thank you for taking the time to watch this film with me and provide all this insight. I truly had a blast getting to reconnect with you all.
Thank you for hosting this.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Yutaka. Thank you so much.
You're great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We got some more stuff coming.
I saw you said
Sinphony
about
family.
I will keep my eye out for that, because that's exciting. Yeah,
and some news as well with the Sinphony family as well. The strike really hit us, set us back a little with everything that we're doing. Working with some of the filmmakers on stage, everything has been taken a back seat. Now with WG is over, but now with SAG and once there's a SAG strike, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, you can get waivers, but it has to do with based on the budget and it's anything above a certain amount of money you won't get that with.
Yeah,
and I'm all for actors. Of course I'm a filmmaker, so.
Oh, of course.
So it's I hope they get everything they want. I think I got everything I want. Well, us as writers, I think we did a pretty good job as far as getting what we want, and I want actors to do the same, to get what they want. So things been taking a back seat, but there's some news, some announcement we wanted to make that involves some of the Sinphony's family. Hopefully that we'll be able to do that soon. But again, I want to thank you, man. You've been really so extremely supportive.
It's such a
since the beginning. We appreciate you very much.
I mean, I think with anybody who really enjoys a film, they go hard for it, and I think the horror community is so large. But again, I really truly feel like it's still a family, and I just, when I saw this and I saw the screener, and I was just like, holy shit, this blew my mind. And then I was like, all right, well, okay, I'm going to Brooklyn. Oh my God, they're going to screen it. And then when I forgot whoever reached out to me, or I was like, sure, I would love to do an interview. And there were so many highlights of that trip, but that just, like, again, I will never stop saying that. It was a great moment. And then I saw the photos. I still have those. I think it was a blast. And when part 2, let me just tell you, I will be front and center. I will be cheerleading. I will be so excited for that. As I think AV said, maybe we can do part 2 someday. Your lips to God's ears. I will keep an eye out. But yeah, I want to thank you all. And is there anything else you want to talk about your film? I certainly want to give you that time too. Anything that we didn't cover, because
one thing I want to say quick is, Yutaka, it's so important for people like you to bring awareness to a small film like this, and we're so thankful, because it's very hard to stand out from a crowd in the current streaming and film distribution landscape. So it means so much to us, and thank you so much. And then to do this on Halloween as well, and
Yes.
also we had kind of a Halloween release originally, so this is so cool, so thank you so much, really appreciate it.
No, it was a
And
blast.
it gave us an excuse to all hang out again, which is always welcome.
Yes.
So.
Well, before I I'll end the stream and then I'll just have a few words with you guys. Anything else you wanted to say about your film that people didn't know about?
I just like to kind of reiterate.
Greg, you weren't here for yours, so go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
Sorry, we're on. I think it's the streaming thing. It's the gratitude, really. Lots of things have taken off as a result of being part of Sinphony. Little things, big things. I got to be a member of BAFTA as a result of this directly, but also I've got this amazing ongoing relationship with everyone where if I need a script detail looked at, Greg Green's my man. If I've got a history of horror problem, Ragosta, right? If I need to sense check a production process, Wilkinson, right? We've got people we can lean on.
Yes.
Hopefully, it's a hard industry, and this situation is really unique. I don't know of anyone else who has this. I'm very, very grateful.
Yeah,
I'll shout out real quick my collaborator and best friend Wes Driver, who co-wrote and directed The Keeper with me, and we produced theater together for 9-10 years, and a lot of our resources came from connections we made in our days working in the theater, and as I'm sure many of our actors and other creatives have some background doing theater alongside or before jumping into film. So we like anyone who's operating at the kind of budget levels we are, and people like me who are like early career filmmakers, we're using every single connection that we've made in our day jobs, in our avocational activities, like for me theater, and for folks to come alongside us and make things possible, like doing a micro budget short film that goes into a feature anthology that actually gets screened on some big screens and then goes to streamers is pretty amazing.
It's
because people are willing to be
theaters in Pakistan, for crying out loud.
Totally.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it did very well in the Middle East, surprisingly. Seriously. And it was all theater. And when we got the stuff from Dark Sky, there were 3 movies playing in most of the theaters in the Middle East, and it was one of the 3 movies. And one was Black Adam. It was
us.
Sinphony, Black Adam, Sinphony,
and Let Us Pray.
And
those were the 3
Let
films.
Us Pray.
Wow.
And they did. And if people look at my Instagram, if you look at my Instagram and you scroll down, you can see the ad that they did with us and Let Us Pray for the release of it in the theaters there, and it's super cool. Like, we were just another American film releasing there at the time, like in the theaters.
And I think it's also important. It's very important for people to know that it's not like we gave these guys tons of money to do this. This was, these guys are resourceful. This was, I always feel like Mike and I, we really didn't do that much. Yeah, we were able to convince some money people to get behind this, but it's really these guys. Again, Yutaka, this wasn't like a lot of money. This was really the bare minimum, and what they did with this.
They made magic. I'm not trying to trying to feed your guys' ego. I really do. I just, again, hearing the story, and Seb, like you said, like it's just so cool for me as just someone who loves horror, and even growing up wanted to be a filmmaker. It just didn't end that way. So it's really awesome to see people get that shot, and what you guys put out there, and the work that you're still doing, and just hearing that you guys continue to collaborate. Fucking amazing. Like that's what filmmaking and just like in general should be about. So that is awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
Also, though, Seb is being very modest, because without without him, his dream, his vision, and him telling us to do it, there would be no film. And then the amount of work
100%.
that Seb and Mike put in post, and getting the trailer together, which was amazing, and then the post production on this, which Mike went so hard on that, and working with Seb.
Yeah.
And then them getting us a deal with Dark Sky and MPI for the distribution, and the amount of coverage we got from them in the the Halloween season. That's a lot of work. And I can tell you right now, I've made films before. Dubs has done it, Mark's done it, Nicole's done it, Greg's done theater. Getting the word out and getting people to know that it's there and it actually becoming a thing that's supported in our case.
Nope. You think you're cutting out?
Well, what he's trying to say,
But I get it.
Sebastian and Michael put in a whole lot of really practical work. It wasn't just leadership, which was crucial, but it was real collaboration on very practical points, including things like helping us with not just the music, but the
support,
visual effects, and support of all kinds, contract support. Things like that. Like what do our contracts need to include? They were there walking us through the process, and
they protected us.
Yeah. And also made sure that we owned the IP. We owned our own. Like if I wanted to go and develop The Keeper into a feature film, that's something that they wanted for us to be able to do that, and we're there to and said from the beginning, the IP is yours. They own this short film as part of this package, but I can go and do what I want to with these characters in the future. And that's, I don't know of, that doesn't seem like a real common thing to me within the film industry.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to say I would love to see features from all of you. I really would.
Well,
I'm just when I know you can't say anything.
When I said there are some news coming about some of the filmmakers in Sinphony, there really are. Again, we got a setback with the strike and some other stuff, but I promise to give you the scoop first because I think you're awesome, and there are some things coming, for the Sinphony family. So that's you can take my word on that. Things are coming.
Well, if you ever need somebody to play a dead body, I'm just letting you know. I can't act, but I'm
Yutaka, you're on the list, man. We're gonna kill you. You're gonna be dying.
That
like
would be
so many
like
now.
a dream. Come true.
You'll be like the Stan Lee in all of our films.
Not that.
Like you.
He's cutting out.
Before we go, because I know they had mentioned it, Greg. Greg, I need to know, what should I be reading? Because I do see your posts and you read a lot.
Yes.
What's the book that I should pick up?
Oh, geez. Well, I suppose in a very timely fashion, it would be Christmas and Other Horrors, the new anthology that dropped from Ellen Datlow, who's like the legendary horror anthologist and editor for the last really like 45 years or so. So this is a good timely one. I'm really excited to have. I'm a huge Stephen Graham Jones fan. That's my Stephen Graham Jones collection there in the background.
You're gonna torture me, aren't you, Greg?
Oh yes,
you're gonna torture me.
Folks
That's what you're gonna do.
Okay. Oh yeah, totally. Some folks have heard of his slasher trilogy, starting with My Heart is a Chainsaw and the second book, Don't Fear the Reaper. Well, I got an early copy of The Angel of Indian Lake, the third and final book in Stephen Graham Jones's trilogy. This has been a big hit, and heck, I printed up T-shirts about the lead character Jay Daniels. So I think this is coming out March 26th. So
yeah, I'm gonna. You said slasher, like that. When I think about genres, that's kind of, well, actually, home invasions, because those freak me out the most.
Oh yeah,
slashers, like that's up there. So
I think you would love the Indian Lake trilogy. Again, it starts with My Heart is a Chainsaw,
and also this one is very good as well. One of Stephen's earlier ones. This is like a proto version of the Indian Lake trilogy, really. Yes. It's like his kind of first stab at it, and then the Jade Daniels becomes this like amalgamation of some of the characters in this, and that's when he does the full thing. But yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
I will. I'm gonna have to check with those. Well, I'm gonna check them both.
Yeah,
out.
Stephen Graham Jones, great American author.
Well,
Yeah.
I again,
and Greg knows that I'm obsessed with the Indian Lake trilogy. So the fact that he already has
yeah.
the third one, and I haven't been able to get my dirty little hands on it yet, is very painful.
Can I-
Like maybe 12
But
copies.
you know,
of it
I've
out
got
there.
my sources. Should
Yeah.
be a couple weeks away.
look, I will say, I sometimes it is. You know, us at the Horror Hour, we are shocked if we get screeners or anything. So again, I had seen your film much earlier than Brooklyn, but I'd seen it so many times because, you know, I enjoyed it. So there's just so much out there, and I love that. And that is funny because there are some people on our teams like, how come you got the screener? Go, they only gave it to one of us. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Like, I'm already
yeah.
going to go ahead and watch it. So
But Yutaka's like, yes, I'll just.
Absolutely, because I consume as much as I can. But again, thank you so much. It's wonderful to see all your faces. Jason, we'll have to connect because I've never got to really truly speak with you. And I did. It was funny because I know we've DM'd before and we talked about some of your work. And I actually have one of the things. I have She Picked Me. I have that.
Oh,
Nice.
So we'll connect because I want to talk about
Nice.
that.
That's a good one.
That is a sick one.
It is. But
There's some
everyone
sick
else,
stuff in that thing.
just search out Sinphony, check out everything behind it, and then just check out everyone else's work and just go support indie horror because,
Yes.
again,
yes.
I love movies, whether they're big budget or small budget. I just love movies, so
Yes.
support them all. So with that,
And we
I'm gonna
appreciate
end
it,
the stream.
Yutaka. Thank you.
Thank you, Yutaka.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for joining
Thank
us,
you,
everyone.
everybody.
Thanks everybody who watched.
Happy
Bye,
Halloween.
guys. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.